What's up, Virgo? Welcome or welcome back to the channel. This is another Virgo channel, and this is another Virgo reading. Let's get started with a deep breath. Inhale and exhale. Thank you. This is going to be a week ahead reading for all Virgo placements for February 10th through February 16th, if I'm not mistaken. Please keep in mind that this reading may not resonate with you. Only take what feels right, leave the rest for somebody else. The first channel message I have for you this week is that plans are going to get canceled, or plans are going to get rearranged, rescheduled, and you saw this coming. So this is not going to be shocking news to you. This is not going to be something that kind of comes out of the blue. This is something you were expecting. So if you were kind of feeling like a friend was going to bail on you, or some sort of situation just wasn't going to work out, you just had a feeling that something was going to end up getting canceled or rescheduled, you are correct, and that is going to happen this week, and it's not going to be surprising to you. The reason I feel that this is happening to those of you that it's happening to is because you're meant to spend some time alone right now. And I'm getting that if it has to do with Valentine's Day or just hanging out with friends, it's because you're meant to be doing something alone or with yourself, really just cultivating and appreciating the relationship with self this week. Some of you might feel more hermit than you have in a little bit this week. I'm getting this energy of like putting your headphones in, putting your sunglasses on, putting your hat on, just kind of like staying in your own lane, staying in your own little world, in your own little bubble. Like you don't really want to talk to people. You don't really want to socialize or mingle. You will if you have to. I'm hearing some of you like put on your customer service voice. So if that resonates, it feels like this week you're kind of like, I want to be with myself. I want to hang out by myself. I just want to be in my own mind, in my own space, in my own energy. I don't want to be around people, or I don't really want to be socializing. And so it feels like some of these plans are getting canceled because you're meant to be spending some time alone, or just like focusing on the relationship with self this week for some of you. We do have a full moon coming up this week. We have a full moon in Leo on the 12th or 13th, depending on where you're at in the world. And the full moon in Leo is going to be dramatic. I can tell you that right now. I don't know what is going to be dramatic or what about it's going to be dramatic, but Leo moon is dramatic. And no shade to those of you who have Leo moon placements. If you do have a Leo moon placement, write down in the comments what it's like to be a Leo moon. Give us some ideas, give us some advice for this full moon, okay? But I can just tell you that there's going to be some dramatics and theatrics, and people are going to be over exaggerating. So be mindful of that this week. That could also be why some of you are like, I don't really want to socialize. I don't really want to like hang out with people anyway, because they're over exaggerating, because they're being dramatic or theatrical. It's like something isn't really as bad as someone is making it out to be, and you're picking up on that, but somebody's being like really dramatic. It's like the end of the world, and you're like, no, it's not the end of the world. I feel like whatever people are complaining about around you, or like over exaggerating about around you, is something that you deal with on a day-to-day basis. It's like light work to you. So whatever they're going through, whatever they're complaining about, is something that it comes easy to you. It's like second nature to you. You're like, yeah, I've been there, done that. What are you complaining about? Like, that's what it feels like. Okay, so just be mindful. There's going to be some people over exaggerating, being dramatic and theatrical this week. There could also be something about celebrities. And I've been picking up on that because Leo does rule the celebrity. Leo is the sun. They're shining. They're the star. They always want to be in the spotlight. That's very Leo energy. And there's something going on with celebrities this week. There might be more of like a focus on celebrities, and I know some of you don't care, so just bear with me while I channel this message. I don't know exactly what I'm talking about because I'm not sure what I'm channeling, but I am getting that this Leo moon, there might be some sort of focus on a specific celebrity or on some celebrities for some reason, and they might be over exaggerating, or they might be really dramatic or theatrical this week. It feels like this week is very dramatic, and I don't know what that's about. Maybe we'll see in the cards. I did want to show you the Moonology Oracle card. The full moon in Leo says, don't let your pride get in the way. I keep getting this message of like disengage. Don't engage. Disengage. Don't give them your time or your energy. That's what it feels like this week. You're just meant to be doing something alone or on your own, going your own way, paving your own path, something like that. And then another channel message I was getting for you is be prepared to be spoiled. Be prepared to be spoiled by the universe, by God. I'm hearing it's a long time coming, but be prepared to be spoiled this week, this weekend, which could also be why some of you are supposed to be alone, or some of these plans are getting canceled because the universe wants to spoil you, but doesn't want to spoil everybody around you, or doesn't want to spoil these other people too, for some reason. Okay, let's see what the cards are saying. part of me feels like there's one more channeled message, but I'm not sure what it is. So if it comes to me, I'll tell you. If it doesn't, then I guess it doesn't matter for this week. Spirit, angels, ancestors come through for the week, February 10th through February 16th. We also have Valentine's Day on the 14th. I feel like it's a big week. Something about this week is big. I don't know what that is, but something about this week is big. It feels like there could be some sort of milestone that you're reaching or some sort of goal that you're completing this week. I'm also getting that for some of you, there could be like running. When I was out walking Wrangler earlier, I was seeing some of you running, and I was feeling this desire to like go for a run, which I haven't done in a couple of months. So some of you might be running this week, or you might be running again this week, feeling this pull or this desire to go for a run or to even run on the treadmill. Okay, I'm just seeing some of you running. All right, can we have a card, please? Thank you, Three of Pentacles. I also feel like work is a focus for you this week, and then we're seeing the Queen of Swords. I'm telling you that something you knew was going to happen is happening this week. Maybe when it comes to work, some of you might have had plans to like hang out with a coworker or even to go on a date with a coworker, and it's changing or it's getting rearranged, and you already saw this coming with the Queen of Swords. You had a feeling, okay? This could be about like a friend too. They're like canceling on you or they're rescheduling on you. This could even be about like a partnership that you thought you were building. It feels like there is some sort of cancellation here. And I feel like somebody does have a really good reason to cancel or reschedule, if that matters to you. I feel like somebody does have a really good reason. There could be something with their family or with their job that came up. So somebody is having to cancel, but you already saw this coming. And I keep getting it's because you're meant to be alone or doing something by yourself. I also feel like you'll have more time for work or more energy for work. Some of you might be adding more work onto your current workload this week. Maybe you just have the energy or you have more free time, especially if there is some sort of cancellation or rescheduling. You're like, okay, I have more time. I'm also getting that some of you might be your own boss or something like that, and that you could be opening up more slots, more appointments, or something like that. I just am getting like more. You're adding on more to your workload this week because you can handle it or because you have more time, and also because you're trying to like do something on your own or be more alone. So you're like, okay, well, if I'm not hanging out with people or socializing with people, I'm gonna work on something. All right. Oh, I remember the other channel message. Thank you, Spirit. It just hit me. That was so weird. I remember the other channel message. Someone or like some people are shocked that you figured something out. It could be a water sign. I was getting Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Somebody's shocked that you figured something out. I'm getting that somebody thought that they were being more sneaky or sly than they really were, but you figured something out. I was also getting that some of you are figuring out like the code to life. We're seeing the Two of Wands. Okay. You figured out some sort of codes to life, or you seem to look like you figured out the codes to life. That could be what's shocking to people. People are like, how did Virgo figure this out? How did Virgo figure this out before me? I don't know, but it feels like you figured something out and people are shocked. You figured out the codes to life. You figured out something. I'm getting something about quantum physics. Let me know if that resonates for some of you. Some of you might be studying that or interested in it, interested in like the quantum theory, interested in physics or something like that. But somebody's shocked. What is this about? Somebody's shocked that you figured something out. What is that about, please? The Eight of Wands. That they're interested in you, that they like you, or that they want to work with you. So take it how it resonates. Since we're seeing the Three of Pentacles, I have to circle back to work and career. So there could be someone here who's shocked that you figured something out about work or at work. Or they could be shocked that you figured out that they want to work with you or something like that. But I'm also getting that somebody's interested in you and you figured that out. Tell me about this. They haven't ever told you, but you can just tell. They thought that they were doing a better job of like keeping their feelings to themselves, but they were definitely flirting with you. They've definitely been flirting with you. Somebody has been flirting with Virgo, okay? Or somebody's about to this week. And they're like, I'm shocked that you figured it out. How did you figure this out that I'm interested in you? We're seeing the Temperance card because your angels told you, because your intuition told you. Yeah, the Judgment card too, because you can just tell. You're not dumb. I don't know what's going on here, but I feel like somebody is shocked that you figured something out and you're like, duh, I figured it out. I'm Virgo. Duh, I figured it out. My angels told me, my ancestors told me, my guides told me, my tarot cards told me. for some of you, okay? I see some of you reading your own cards this week, and you're actually doing a good job. Virgo, you're reading your own cards this week because you have like a guide around you, and there's some sort of message coming through from your guides, which I want to tap into in a second. Flickering lights could be significant, but I am seeing some of you doing your own reading. And before, maybe you were like biased, but there's something about this week or whenever you sit down to do your own reading, the cards are telling you the exact God's honest truth. And you're like, okay, I believe it. I'm absorbing it. I'm accepting it. My speech is getting tongue-tied and twisted. Okay, so that could also be a sign for some of you this week too. But I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles, the Hermit, and the Hierophant, which is further confirmation that some of you are meant to be alone this week or doing something on your own this week because the universe and God is about to bless you and really wants to spoil you, but only you. Okay? But I am seeing some of you like giving yourself a reading. Okay, I want to tap into this flickering lights message. What is this about? I keep seeing flickering lights for like a month and I don't know what it's about. So some of you might be seeing flickering lights too. And it's not in my own home. It's not like I can replace the light bulb type of a situation. It's when I'm out and about or when I'm like up on the rooftop. It's just, I'm seeing flickering lights and I have been for a month and it's out of my control. So I want to know what this message is about the flickering lights. What's this message? The Four of Swords. You need more rest. Okay. You need more downtime is what it feels like. We're seeing the Judgment card here too. For the next 4 weeks, it feels like there's a need for you to really like incorporate more downtime into your routine or incorporate more rest and relaxation into your routine. That's what God is saying. That's what your angels and ancestors are saying. All right. I feel like you don't need to work harder. But again, there's something about this week where this Leo energy, it's like motivating you. So I feel like this week you're going to work more, add more workload on, but then your guides are also asking you to balance that with more rest, incorporating more rest or more breaks into your routine too. The flickering lights are trying to tell you to wait for something. Because we're seeing the Judgment card and we're seeing the Four of Swords. So it's kind of like watch and wait how good things are about to get for you. Tell me more. You could also be hearing sirens or like loud horns or trumpets for some reason. And it feels like the message here with the flickering lights is like, wait on something. Incorporate more rest into your life. It feels like some of you need more rest, especially over the next 4 weeks. Anything else? One more here. Never seen the Ace of Wands. There's a reason. You need this rest because there's some sort of like breakthrough that's going to be happening for you in March or in 4 weeks from now. Yeah, never seen the Knight of Cups. There could also be new love that's manifesting for you 4 weeks from now. So some of you who are single, there is someone like romantic coming your way. I feel like this person who you're already kind of like picking up on likes you could be the person who you end up dating in the near future if that's somebody that you want or are interested in. But I feel like for some of you, it could be 2 different people because we're seeing the Two of Wands, which talks about a choice, but also it could be 2 people here. So there could be somebody this week or somebody who you've been kind of feeling like they're interested in you and they're shocked that you figured this out because they thought that they were being sneaky. You already knew. But then there's like a new person coming in. Because for some of you, you don't want to be with this person who's interested in you, or you can't be. There could be some reason that you can't be, but there's like a new love interest coming in, and it feels like 4 weeks from now for the Virgos who are resonating with that, and that's why you're supposed to be incorporating more rest into your routine, or just kind of like more downtime into your routine, because whenever this new relationship picks up, it's going to be hot and heavy. I'm getting the word speedy. It feels like a light. Or like there's like a match that gets struck and then there's a flame and right, you go from all this downtime and relaxation and waiting and like nothing's moving to 4 weeks from now we have this event to go to, we have this date to go on, we're hanging out here, we're talking on the phone here. You know what I mean? Like a lot more is coming into your life, which is why your guides are saying with this flickering light message that you need more downtime or you need more rest. To please incorporate that into your routine. Rest is productive, right? Okay. That's a really powerful message for somebody. I want to find out for those of you who are dating, what's a message for the people who are in relationships currently? We're seeing the Nine of Wands. Some of you might have had some sort of argument with a partner, and it feels like you guys are healing things this week. The Nine of Wands. You guys are healing things? Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. We're working on things. We're working to get back to where we were. It feels like this little hiccup is what we'll call it, but it feels like this argument or this little hiccup, it was necessary for you guys to grow, for you guys to build on top of what you already had or already have. But it feels like things are healing between you and somebody you're already in a connection with. If there has been any arguments or confrontation or conflict, it feels like you guys are healing things. All right, and then let's talk about for those of you who are married. Let's get a card for the people who are married. If you're watching, we're seeing the Death card. There's some sort of change or transformation here too. You're being guided to accept and surrender what is going on with this connection. So for some of you, there could be conversations about divorce, or there could be conversations about transforming this marriage. So take it how it resonates. The Death card does talk about endings, rebirth, transformation. So I have to read it on both ends of the spectrum. For some of you, there could be talks about divorce, and it could be this Leo full moon and this Valentine's Day that's really just kind of like the breaking point for some of you. And for others of you, it feels like there's some sort of rebirth or transformation happening in this connection, where maybe the two of you are talking about adding on to the home, or having another child, or getting another pet, or something big, right? Some sort of big change within the marriage, and you guys are being guided to surrender and just accept this change and this transformation, okay? So that's that in terms of like love, dating, romance for singles, people who are in a connection, just dating, and people who are married. I thought I would do that for you guys. I feel like I've never done that before, so there's something about that. I feel like some of you are gonna have a first time doing something this week, something you've never done before. You're going to have some sort of first time this week. Okay, let's get some more cards out here for this week for Virgo, February 10th through 16th. Any other messages that Virgo needs to know? We're seeing the Hermit card. Again, here you are showing up as yourself. And that's what I feel like is the main focus of this week, self. Virgo's really focusing on self. Virgo's really prioritizing self and the relationship with self. And I'm getting that you really like your alone time, or you're going to really like your alone time this week. It feels like some of you feel lonely around other people, or you feel lonely in a crowd. So that's why the plans are getting canceled this week, or that's why there's some sort of rearranging or rescheduling this week, because you're meant to be doing something alone, or you're meant to be just kind of like hanging out alone and really soaking up your own energy. But also this tells me that you have some sort of spirit guide around you this week. So if you do choose to read your own tarot cards, the messages are accurate and spot on. I'm getting this like full body chills energy, or you're just going to have this like inner knowing, like, wow, there's a spirit guide that's giving me the message in my own reading. Yeah, so I'm getting that you're giving yourself a reading this week, and it's very accurate. Okay, anything else? Some of you might also run into somebody who looks just like you. I'm getting something about a doppelganger, or somebody could be telling you that you have a doppelganger this week. I'm getting something about it's just like looking in a mirror. I don't know what that's about, but you could be seeing someone who looks just like you, or who's dressed just like you, something like that. Something is like looking into a mirror this week. And then we're seeing the Nine of Wands again. More healing. And I'm also getting that message again that somebody is shocked you figured something out. Maybe your mirror told you, or your crystal ball told you. Some of you might be into scrying, or you're doing some sort of scrying this week. I'm also getting that somebody's like, how did you know that we have a past life together? That's going to resonate very specific for some of you. Somebody's like shocked that you figured out that the two of you have a past life connection, and they can't deny it. It's undeniable. They're like, how did you figure that out? You're like, the mirror told me, my ancestors told me, my angels told me, my cards told me, so on and so forth, whatever it might be, right? But here's the Nine of Wands. Somebody's like shocked and almost like offended for some reason. That's so interesting. And then we're seeing the Four of Pentacles again. It feels like you're really just meant to be in your own energy this week. I don't want to keep repeating myself, because I feel like if the message is the message, it's going to stay the message. So I can only really pull the energy that I'm pulling. I can't change things or make things up, nor would I want to. But it really just feels like this week you're meant to be in your own energy. It feels like there's this energy of like seeing how far you've come that's necessary for you this week. And that's why you just can't hang out with other people, or that's why the things are getting rescheduled or canceled. And again, it's only happening to those of you who can see this coming. it's like you already knew this was going to happen. You already knew that the cancellations were going to happen. And there might be a part of you that gets hurt a little bit with the Nine of Wands, but then you're over it because you're like, well, I already saw this coming, and I kind of prefer my own energy and my own time anyway. I don't really need to be around these people. I don't really need to do this. All right, let's get one last card here. How do you want to end this reading for Virgo for February 10th through the 16th? Bring love into the situation, and confidence is your key to success. These are both new moon energies. So it feels like there's new coming into your life this week, but also new coming into your life over the next month. Your advice is to bring love into the situation, whether you are dealing with yourself or whether you're dealing with other people about this. Bring love into the situation. This is kind of circling back to when we were talking about those of you who are dating, but there's been some sort of complication or hiccup. I see you guys really working through that this week, and your advice is to bring love into the situation. And for those of you who are married, who are going through this transformation, whether it's divorce or the other end of the spectrum, you're being guided to bring love into the situation as well and try to give compassion, try to be compassionate here. Even if the other people are not being compassionate or kind towards you, that's a them problem and not a you problem. And you will be on the right side of justice and good karma if you are choosing to be compassionate and kind this week to others as well as to yourself. So bring love into the situation. And then confidence is key to your success. You always get everything you want or better. Claim it. I always get everything I want or better. Everything always works out for me. I always receive the best possible outcome. I am confident and I am allowed to be confident. Those are your affirmations for this week. So go forward, be confident. Everything is working out for you, Virgo. I really hope that this helps you. I'm sending you so much love always. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated, and I will see you next time. Peace.